In June 2022, I bought this Mercedes C-Class from the salvage auction, along with a Volkswagen T4, with a great idea of repairing them, and so far it's not going too bad. On the Mercedes, I've replaced some suspension, pulled out the rear quarter, built it and got it in primer, and now I'm going to be moving on to the painting. Come out good, that. I'll probably do us. So I've got a bit of red scotch and just going to scotch over some of this bumper here. I've still got to do a little bit of a repair work there. Right, so removing rear door handle. What I've had to do is I've had to buy a set of these really long TX. I think they're 200 and nearly 300mm long actually. So and then once you can just remove this little grommet from the end of the hole here on the rear door. Front door's not so bad because you don't need the extended TX. I think this is a 15. Seems to go in there okay, so let's just see if we can get the handle off now. Should be a case of undo it a few turns. Hey, there we go. Oh. Right, now that should just be straightforward. There we go. One door handle. Didn't want to come out, but in the end, it did. It had to succumb. So I'm quite happy with the wet flatting. It's all pretty much done now. Just going to run the scotch over all this stuff once I get it all masked up, just to give the clear coat a bit of a key to stick to. But what I'm going to do now is I need to turn my attention to this bit of front bumper. So I really want to get this horrible gap sorted out before I get into the painting process. So what I need to do now is I really need to get it jacked up, have a look, see what I've got to do to try and close this gap up. Generally it could be just this wing by the look of it. It looks like it's hanging down a bit, so I might have to remove the bumper just on this corner, dolly all that straight, hopefully not break any paint, and if I do I'll just do a little touch up there, and then should be good to go. What I might do is I might get a little nut and bolt. Mind you, look at the size of them. Okay, so I'm going to go for the old nut and bolt just to keep that where I want it. I mean, that's quite a good fit there. Whew. Right, so that's better. Mold grips off. So we've got a much nicer gap there now. It's not 1,000,000% away from how it should be. Tiny little chip on there. I can touch that in after. That was already actually like it. It wasn't what I'd done. And yeah, right, let's get the wheel arch liner back in, wheels on. We might actually start getting this masked up. So wheels on, and next job, get it masked up. Finally got it all masked up. Pleased with the masking. It's worth taking a bit of extra time to make sure your masking's good, because afterwards it's no point looking at it going, oh yeah, look, I've messed that bit up. So a bit extra time masking it. I think I've done a pretty good job. Probably a few little bits that I might just quickly stick down, but on the whole, that's it, all done. Let's get down to the paint shop and see if they can help us out. Right, so I've got my paint. This is palladium silver, got half a litre, so more than enough for what I need. So next job, let's get the paint mixed up and let's get to painting. What I need to do now is flat and polish it. Okay, so we're wet flatting this car, or colour sanding depending where you live. First I'll go with these 1500 grit with soapy water, then on to the Merkur Abralon 2000 then 4000 grit on the DA sander. And finally, wet flatting is done and we can start polishing. For this I'm using the 3M Fast Cut Plus green top, and on the mop I've got the green mop head. Pretty much the polishing done on the quarter and the door. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this unmasked and have a look at the rest of it, and then start, maybe go around with a bit of polish on some of it and get the rest of the body cleaned up. Okay, so we're all unwrapped. I've got a couple of bits back together. You see me put the backlight in there, got the door handle on. I've just been having a look at the paint match, and it's pretty damn good actually. Pretty pleased with that. It's quite a few little chips and bits and pieces I'm going to go around and do. And this piece on the front bumper come out really nice as well. They had a chip out of it. Managed to blend that quite nice. Front bumpers come out pretty cool. What I think I'm going to do now is I need to get it out of the garage, have a little tidy up, and then we can get on with the bumper. Okay, so bumper's prepared now. Yeah, so we're ready to go, to be honest. So all I'm going to do now is get it wiped down, get some paint mixed up, and get some colour on it. Always make sure you strain your paint. I didn't the first time round. So that is it. Let that dry and we'll be able to throw it back on. So with a little bit of help from my two beautiful assistants, I managed to get the back bumper back on. Okay, back bumper is fully secured, wheel arch liners back in. I was going to jack it up and take the wheels off. I'm actually going to leave that for a little while. There's one job that's been really bugging me, and I really want to get it done before we get any further. So if your Mercedes has maybe had a rear end collision or a side collision like mine, then you may have noticed that the headrests may have fired off, like mine have. As you can see, they've pushed themselves forward, both of them. What I need to do is I need to try and get them back into position. So I'm going to have a go at that right now. It should be a straightforward case of pulling it down and pulling it back at the same time, and hopefully it will get it back in position. So let's have a go and see if we can do it. Okay, well that one's gone back in. Okay, let's have another go at this one then. There we go. Okay, right, second time round, not so bad. Pull it down and it's like you've got to hook it over. You can see the hook that's inside there when you look inside the headrest, and you can just hook it over and that's our headrest done. So that's another job done. Got a couple of other little bits to do. I've got to fix the glove box because someone's pulled that out. I'm not sure if it's repairable, but we'll have a look at that. And we need to get the wheels off, give them a little sand down. I'm going to spray them up. So next job is going to be the wheels. Well, I've given them a good wash and just wanted to have a proper look at them really. I mean, they're really in quite a bad condition. I've definitely been done before these wheels, so I'm going to do our best to give them a good refurb, get rid of all these horrible lumps and bumps and grind all this out. Give them a little bit of primer, give them a bit of silver, clear coat, and then it'll be good to go back on. Okay, so I've got the wheels all masked up. I've got a little bit of primer mixed up. I'm going to blow a little bit of primer around a few areas on the wheels, and then I'm going to get a bit of silver mixed up. Throw a bit of silver, throw a bit of clear, and hopefully that'll be game over. So just get on and do it. So that's it, wheels done, and next time you see them, I'm going to be getting them on the car. So we'll let them dry, get them unmasked, and throw them on. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. The side of the van has been painted also by Stevie Wonder possibly.